And they actually work well together. They're having fun.
Until they get locked in after hours.
Obviously. Talk about forced proximity.
Right. But it works. They have this quiet time waiting to be rescued, and they both admit, yeah, they like each other.
A slightly unconventional end to a first date, but hey, it moved things forward.
But then, reality check. Samantha has to go back home.
Welcome to Witter. Who Has Time to Read? The podcast that brings deep dives for busy minds. Listen to AI hosts Jane and Dane and get ready to unpack the world's most captivating books in just a fraction of the time. Whether commuting, working out, or just squeezing in a quick break, we deliver key insights, thought-provoking themes, and takeaways you can carry into your day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Plus, use our links in the description to purchase this book. Your support helps us bring more engaging book discussions to you. Listen and follow us wherever you get your podcasts. Who has time to read? You do, with Witter.
Welcome back to Witter. We do the deep dive, so, well, you don't have to.
Deep dives for busy minds, that's us.
Exactly. And today we are getting into Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. Now, okay, on the surface, maybe it looks like a straightforward romance, but there's actually quite a bit going on here.
Oh, absolutely. It digs into how life throws curveballs, and how connections can just pop up where you least expect them.
Totally. So it kicks off with our main characters. We've got Dr. Xavier Rush, the vet. Bit gruff, loves animals, maybe not so much the small talk.
Right. And his employee Maggie seems to appreciate him, but yeah, he's not winning any charm awards initially.
And then Samantha Diaz walks in. She brings this tiny kitten, Pooter, with a really serious medical issue, a rectovaginal fistula plus parasites. Not good.
Not good at all. And Samantha's described as, quite striking, and Xavier's trying hard not to react.
He's trying to keep his cool, but medically, he's blunt. He basically says euthanasia is the most practical option. Surgery is going to cost like $5,000 to $10,000.
Yeah, and he mentions it's kitten season, rescues are overloaded. It's the harsh reality of veterinary medicine sometimes.
But Samantha, nope. She refuses. She's like, I'll raise the money. Full stop.
And that's the first spark, isn't it? That friction. She even calls him out on his bedside manner.
Huh. Yeah, she does. And he gets a bit cynical about her fundraising idea, muttering something about human nature.
Sets the stage perfectly. So Samantha launches this GoFundMe for Pooter.
And she actually starts getting donations. But then, here's the twist you mentioned.
The big one. A huge donation comes in. From guess who?
The grumpy vet himself, Xavier.
Yep. And the note just says, you were right. Simple as that.
Wow. That says a lot, doesn't it? Shows he's maybe not all grumpy vet.
Exactly. A bit of humility there. A willingness to admit he might have misjudged the situation. Or her determination.
It's a real crack in that tough exterior. Then we learn a bit more about him, Xavier. There's this whole backstory with his dog.
Oh, yeah. The dog everyone thought was dead. But he'd secretly kept him.
Yes. And the dog ends up with this absolutely ridiculous haircut. It's kind of funny, but it also shows, it shows he's capable of deep attachment, even if he's solitary.
Totally. He keeps things close to his chest, clearly. His friends are even trying to set him up. Feels like he's been alone for a while.
Right. So fast forward, Samantha comes back to the clinic. Pooter's doing well, thanks to the surgery she funded.
And this time the interaction with Xavier is different, warmer.
Definitely. She kind of teases him, like, see? Told you I could do it.
And his staff notice. They actually catch him smiling after she leaves, which is apparently a rare sight.
The ice is definitely thawing. Then there's a scene where she gives him advice before a date he's supposed to go on.
Yeah, that was interesting. She lists all these good qualities she sees in him: dependable, loyal, stable, hardworking, kind.
It's like she sees past the gruffness immediately, which is pretty perceptive.
It really is. And it's around then we also learn about Samantha's own life stuff, like her mom having dementia. Adds a whole other dimension to her character.
For sure. So they finally go on a date, a cruise for a rescue organization. Very fitting.
And then the phone incident.
Oh my God, yes. She drops her phone right into the lake.
And Xavier, Mr. Reserved, just dives right in after it. No hesitation.
I know. It's such an impulsive, revealing moment. Like, wow, okay, he really cares already.
Totally. Action speaking louder than words. Plus, it's just kind of hilariously dramatic.
Definitely breaks the ice or the water surface. The connection's clearly building on that cruise. She notices how reserved he is, but she gets him somehow.
Yeah, they have this banter. She gives him the John Wick vibes nickname. It's cute.
And the date continues. Back at his place, there's the whole French's mustard situation.
He only has French's mustard, which, for Samantha, is apparently a crime against condiments.
It's funny. And then his friends just show up unexpectedly. Awkward.
A little bit, but Samantha seems to handle it really well. Fits right in. It's kind of a test, maybe. See how she gels with his people.
Good point.
Yeah.
Then they do miniature golf and an escape room. The alien spaceship.
And they actually work well together. They're having fun.
Until they get locked in after hours.
Obviously. Talk about forced proximity.
Right. But it works. They have this quiet time waiting to be rescued, and they both admit, yeah, they like each other.
A slightly unconventional end to a first date, but hey, it moved things forward.
But then, reality check. Samantha has to go back home to California to take care of her mom.
Yeah, that hits hard. The dementia situation requires her presence.
And Xavier, he's actually really supportive about it, which is great, but, now it's long distance.
Mm-hmm. And you see Samantha wrestling with that, her growing feelings versus her family duty. It's a really central conflict.
Big time. And Xavier's friends are trying to help him figure out how to make long distance work.
Meanwhile, Samantha's also dealing with her parents not exactly approving of her life choices. It's a lot.
Seriously. Arriving back home, seeing the reality of her mom's condition, it's tough.
Really tough. And then her brother Tristan shows up too, adding another layer to the family dynamic.
It gets intense. There's that scary moment when her mom wanders off. A real crisis.
And Xavier, even long distance, is apparently a really calm, supportive presence on the phone during all that.
Yeah.
Shows his character again.
He really steps up. Then he does something even bigger. He just decides to fly out to California for a weekend. Impulsive.
Super impulsive for him. Just drops everything to see her. Shows how strong the connection is despite the miles.
And you see Samantha realizing, wow, this guy is different.
Yeah. They have their second proper date at Castaway. Sounds really romantic.
Totally. Apart from the whole glug system thing with the wine.
And their car breaking down. Adds a touch of realism, maybe.
Maybe. But then he reveals the real reason he came out. Wasn't a conference like he sort of implied?
No, it was just to see her.
That's pretty huge.
Definitely. And that's when they have their first kiss. Finally.
A big moment. So they commit to the long distance thing. Daily calls, texts, all that.
But you can tell Xavier wants more. He starts thinking about moving. Permanently.
Which is massive. He just opened his own vet clinic back in Minnesota.
Exactly. Huge financial risk, professional upheaval. He has that difficult chat with his employees about potentially leaving.
And Samantha sees that. She understands the sheer size of the sacrifice he'd be making.
Leads to a really honest, kind of painful conversation between them. Like, can this really work? The fear is real.
Yeah, it feels very grounded. Meanwhile, back in California, her family is actually starting to really like Xavier.
That's a positive shift. But the stress of caring for her mom doesn't go away. There's another difficult night, a 911 call.
Oh, man. It highlights the constant pressure cooker she's in.
Yeah. The family decides to remodel the kitchen almost as a coping mechanism, trying to make the home environment better. Xavier's still supporting from afar through all this.
He's working crazy hours back in Minnesota, trying to save money just to fly out and visit her.
And then, bam, another emotional bombshell. His estranged mother contacts him after years of silence.
Oof. That dredges up a lot of painful childhood stuff for him. Neglect and all that.
He's really shaken up.
Yeah.
But Samantha's there for him, emotionally, even long distance.
It feels like these crises, weirdly, just keep solidifying how much they rely on each other. He realizes how much that past stuff still affects him.
Yeah. Then more sadness. Samantha's grandmother passes away.
And Xavier, he's on the next plane out there, no questions asked.
Right. He just shows up to be there for her, for the whole family during the grief. He becomes this quiet pillar of support.
It's incredibly moving, but also complex, right? Deepening their bond amidst loss, knowing his visit has to end. That airport farewell must have been brutal.
You can only imagine. Back to long distance, but now with grief added to the mix. The family's struggling to adjust. Caring for Samantha's mom is still so hard.
And the emotional toll on Samantha and Xavier being apart again, it's wearing on them.
Then Samantha loses her job. Just another blow.
Seriously, when it rains, it pours. She's obviously devastated.
But then the tables turn. Xavier gets really sick. Pneumonia. And Samantha. She does exactly what he did. Drops everything, flies straight to Minnesota to take care of him.
Wow. That says everything about their commitment, doesn't it? They show up for each other no matter what.
Absolutely. It's that reciprocity of care. But the challenges are still immense.
Then, a little ray of hope. This retired vet, Hank, he offers to work at Xavier's clinic for free.
That's amazing. Takes so much pressure off Xavier, professionally and financially.
Huge. Meanwhile, Samantha's still dealing with her mom's care, even considering a nursing home, which is heartbreaking. Leads to a big family talk, finally airing out the burnout she's feeling.
It sounds like a necessary confrontation. And then something totally unexpected happens for Samantha.
Right. Her mustard posts. The French is mustard thing comes back around.
She's just posting about mustard themes on social media, and it just takes off.
Yeah. It gives her this whole new sense of self, a creative outlet, some success that's just hers. It's fantastic.
It really is. And seeing her thrive, plus having Hank's support back at the clinic, it seems to be the final push for Xavier.
He does it. He decides. He's moving to California for good.
Yeah.
To be with Samantha.
Makes the leap. Figures out a plan for his clinic. Maybe Hank helps long-term. Who knows? But the point is, he's coming.
Their reunion must have been incredible after everything.
You really root for them.
Totally. So when you boil it down, their story is really about finding connection in unlikely ways.
That's like, and navigating all the messy stuff life throws at you. Family illness, distance, career changes, past trauma.
And having the guts to make huge life changes for love. It really makes you think, doesn't it? About those unexpected people who come into your life.
Mm-hmm. Or the challenges you or people you know have faced for relationships or family. What does it actually mean to, witness someone's life? Be truly present for them.
That's a great way to put it. And that constant balancing act, what you want for yourself versus your responsibilities.
It's a tough balance.
It is. But Say You'll Remember Me, I think, ultimately shows the power of that human connection and just how brave you have to be sometimes to go after it, even when it's hard.
Well said. A really affecting story beneath the romance surface.
Absolutely. Well, that's our dive for today. Thanks for exploring with us.
Catch you on next Twitter.